there was a moment I remember in college. It was the end of my freshman year, and my freshman year in college was honestly kind of rough. I really wanted to drop out fall semester, and it was in the spring where things suddenly felt like I turned around. I felt like I made friends. I felt like I belonged a little bit, and we were at a party and all kind of wrapping up, and I had that feeling of like, I really like these people. And as we were leaving to go for the summer, I thought, I really want this next fall to feel like the spring, and I want it to just be like what it was. And then I had this realization where I realized that the future is never entirely like the past. And there was parts that would be the same, right? And friendships would continue, but some friends would fade out and others would come in. And I felt both sad about that and honestly kind of excited because it meant there was a new opportunity before me and what this looked like. I've been thinking about that moment over the last month, couple of weeks, as we're entering into this new phase of how we exist as a culture and a society, as a church, and that there's a temptation before many of us to just look back and say, I just want to go back to normal. I want to go back to how it was. And I think there's truth and validity to that. And we also need to realize that we can never repeat the past, right? Things are always changing and different. And so it honestly, at this moment, creates an opportunity for us. It's an opportunity for inflection where we can change, where we can look at the parts of the past that were good and say, I want to do more of that. I want to amplify that. I want to make it bigger and better and do more of these things. And there's also stuff in our past that we just did out of habit or routine, or that was meaningful 10 years ago, but isn't now. And it's an opportunity for us to really kind of look at the world around us and just take a moment and say, what do I want to do? What am I called to do? What structures and rhythms are good? What structures and rhythms were good but aren't as good anymore, and I should just stop those? It's been making me think of the scripture from Jeremiah in 29 where God says that I have plans for you to prosper, to thrive, plans for your growth and excitement, to see you thrive and not to hurt you. And I think for many of us, that's kind of where we are right now, is this opportunity as things open back up, as things re-engage, as there's new opportunities where we can both look at our past and pull out the parts that were good and look at the opportunities and create our own future to some degree, or step into our own future, to be Christ to our family and friends, to be Christ to the world around us. And so I want to invite you this week just to take a minute, to take really 5 minutes. It'll take about 5 minutes. And I want to invite you to just take 5 minutes and pause and listen and find silence and solitude. Take a piece of paper, take a pen, and just write down 2 or 3 things from the past that you want to carry forward. And write down 1 to 2 things from the past that you want to stop. As we live into this new rhythm and as we're people who follow God's call, let's do it intentionally, because there is an exciting opportunity before us to follow God into new territory in where He leads. Grace and peace, friends.